Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another review. Today we have Godzilla X Kong The New Empire, a movie that I saw the trailer and I was like, yeah, that's going to be cringe. And if I'm going to be honest with you, I think the cringe actually is not whether or not what they did on the trailer. I just really thought that the shot that they were like running to the camera, I just thought that shot was like very cringe and very out of character for both Godzilla and Kong. But regardless of the matter, I went in because I did expect at the very least this movie to have good visuals because Godzilla versus Kong had extraordinary visuals as well as King of the Monsters. So I was excited for that. I thought it would be a good time. We had Godzilla minus one, even though that's Japanese Godzilla, like OG Godzilla, not this Hollywood bullshit. Um, and I was like, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, this Hollywood Godzilla movie with Kong in it will be better than, at least story wise, would be better than whatever the hell they did in the past. Unfortunately, that was not the case. This movie is bland. In terms of story wise, it is the most bland thing ever. It's the most generic story. There's a chosen one. They need to do this. They need to do that. The reasoning for them to even team them up was kind of, I don't know. To me, it seemed a little bit stupid, honestly. And also like the to get to the point where they actually team up, it takes so long and it's such a boring way there, by the way, because unfortunately, yet again, like these Hollywood movie makers, they just don't understand. We don't care about your humans. You don't know how to write human characters in a monster film. Stop doing it. You had a better chance of doing a full mute film, sign language with monkeys, than having a whole ass script for the humans. The humans really just feel trash. They feel like a waste of time. Honestly, I was never at any point in the film interested. Why does this shit always fall? The movie was boring every time the human characters were on screen. I don't know if that was just a me factor, but it just did. I just didn't care about any of them. Ernie was the only like cool character. Then you had the Tapper, I forgot his name. He was just way too over the top, like with the jokey weirdness. I didn't care. And then the doctor, I couldn't care less about that bitch, to be honest. A little bit forced relationship between mother daughter, like she literally just stole a kid. Like, come on, let's be for real. Like, it just felt like a, I don't know, the movie felt trash when the humans were on screen, but not to say the least or anything like that. But when the monsters are on screen, oh my god, that's when the movie shines. That should have been just a full on monster film. I'm telling you, if you had taken this move, like the human scenes in this movie, all of them, which is like 45% of the movie, I think a little bit more actually, the movie would have been way better. Way better. You should have just like, they tried to go for something deep, including Mothra into this, which was, I was excited to see Mothra again. But at the same time, it's like, bro, like you're trying to go too deep into this, right? You could have just done something completely different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think King of the Monsters did a better job introducing the amount of monsters they're introducing rather than that. But then again, that was just a exclusive Godzilla film with like multiple villains and whatever. But regardless of that, I still think visually this movie is outstanding. This movie visually is one of the best things I've seen all year. I think this movie competes up there with Dune Part 2. I'm not going to lie to you. In my opinion, this movie competes easily visually. Nah, this movie is breathtaking visually. I saw it in IMAX a couple hours ago. It was just, oh, there's some shots in this movie that were just phenomenal. Like, there's everything is animated to detail. All the monsters in this movie are detailed, which leads me to say there's a lot of very nice monster designs in this movie. Like, there's a couple monsters, throwaway monsters, also some, the main villain and some other things in the movie. But every single monster is like very interesting to look at, and they're just very captivating, if I would say that. Like, they're just very good looking. seems like they really put some thought into making unique characters, how they move, how they fight, their roars, because of course it's a monster movie, so there's going to be a lot of roaring and yelling. So if you hate roaring and yelling, get ready for that, or like bring some earplugs or something, because there's a lot of that. The fight scenes were also like very well, like I'm telling you, every scene where the monsters are in, it's just the best scene ever. You're just having a phenomenal time. But then the fucking humans come into play, and that's when the movie's just here we go again, like some lore we don't give a fuck about. You're just spilling out information. Like that's all they do. They just spill out information to make the plot go from point A to point B. Like that's the only like purpose these humans have in this movie. It's just getting point A to point B. That's it. It's just spilling out information, information that you can actually just like by watching the movie itself, you can already know what's going on. But no, they have to fucking say it detail by detail what's going. Like it's just to me that was just stupid. It was just unenjoyable. Every time the humans were on screen, it was just unenjoyable. It's very boring, and every time I saw a human, I was like, okay, I can't wait for the King Kong to come back, or Godzilla, or whoever, like whatever shows up, just not the humans. And like I said previously, that's one of the main problems that I had with the movie is like, yes, getting to the final point, like when Godzilla and Kong actually team up, which of course you could have predicted anywhere. If you have ever seen a movie, you could predict that they actually team up at the end, not at the beginning. Um, to get there, it has its moments, right? They're always showcasing what they're going through, the reasons why they have to team up at the end of the movie, or like they have to team up in general. They do express it, but it just takes so long. Like these human scenes are way too long. They had to cut them down and let the monsters shine, because we are not there to watch any of them. We don't care about any one of these human characters. If you are into this King Kong Godzilla saga, or just like in whatever, I can guarantee you still don't give a fuck about them. I don't. I've seen all the movies. I don't care. I just want to see Godzilla and Kong as advertised in the trailer. Like, why are we making the humans carry the plot? Let the monsters carry the plot. Like, I know you have to move it eventually and have to have some dialogue here and there to know where it's going, but you don't know how to write. It's been the same problem since Kong. But the point is, they have never made interesting characters ever. And the reason why Godzilla versus Kong shine was because they kind of tied down on that and just let them shine. But at the same time, they were still there. They still played a role. But like, stop. Like, either stop or write better characters. There's no in between. Like, there's no in between. You know, and you just stop, just make it a full monster film, or just actually write better. Actually hire like 50 writers so they can like brainstorm better lines and better, more interesting dialogue and story, because it's just trash. To me, it was trash. Every time the humans on the screen was trash. It was trash. But other than that, I feel like the movie is a good time. It's a good time. Just take a little nap when the humans are on screen, and you'll eventually understand why they're doing this and why, like, because I think the movie, in my opinion, is kind of like self-explanatory, except the human part, because of course they have to explain why the humans are important in this plot line. You know what I'm saying? They just keep trying to implement the fucking humans into a Titan world. Like, why, bro? Just let them shine, bro. We don't need the humans, man. We don't care about the humans. We're there to see the monsters shine. And they do. They shine in their scenes. But then you bring it down again every time you pull a fucking human into the screen. That's the problem. That's just my complaints. That's just my opinion. I would like to see your opinion. So, giving this movie a rating, a number, an inch, I'd say this is like a 6 out of 10. I don't think it's a bad movie per se. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's slightly better than Godzilla versus Kong. But it's just those human scenes really piss me off. But saying that, the scenes, the fighting scenes, every time the monsters are actually on screen and shining, it was just breathtaking. Just a good time, good phenomenal time. So I do recommend watching this film on IMAX if you're gonna watch it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.